Hello, it is iYikKam time again. So I got many questions on stick body short strike. Is that real? Is it real that this is a Wing Chun? And is it really exist in the past? All kind of questions. So this book, I wrote it as a textbook, beginning textbook to introduce the stick body short strike. Okay, so everything needed to be known for the basic of sticking body short strike is in this book. It is released to Amazon.com. Okay, now this is one part of it, and today I like to share with you. Start with 1560s at the General Qi Guang time, okay? So that you'll be able to see how this art is a continuity. And actually, the term art is problematic, the art. The Chinese Su or Wu Su, the Su, this is not art. This is actually technology. So if you translate it to art, then it is like sound like everybody can interpret or translate whatever they want. In fact, it is not. It is a technology. Okay, and because it's a technology, it got to be scientific. Otherwise, it will not work. It will not deliver result. Okay, this has to be really careful on that. So what we need to know is, even though this page, this is a very short page here, there's a lot of things there. The Chinese wrote things really precise and concise. However, one need to be able to understand what that language or the terms they're using. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand what the Chinese writing. Like you see, this just a short paragraph, but there's a lot of thing in it. And if we do not have the basis to understand this thing, then it just simply cannot understand. And if we just Google and translate this, then we're looking for trouble. So today I would like to point out the key points in this page. Okay, so you can have appreciations on what is going on in 1560s. Now, General Qi Guang is a hero which is actually protected the Fujian, okay, Fujian of China, because Fujian was actually facing heavy pirates, okay. So General Qi Guang and his army actually defeated the pirates, okay, and this is a pretty intelligent and a top general in the Chinese history, okay. And this page, which belong to the Ji Xiao Xing Shu, this book, is one of the very important page in the Chinese martial arts today. Okay, people is quoting this page a lot. Now let's go into it and investigate briefly what is going on in this page. Okay, the first here, number 1, it said that the martial art is not for the battle, okay, in the war zone battle. However, it is good for exercise and activate one's limbs and body. And this type of technology is good for a beginner, okay? So we need to be really careful here. Even in the 1560s time, General Qi Guang has already described what it is without mysterious stuff, okay? There's no people flying like in the movie, those kind of stuff, okay? The martial technology is not for war or battle. It is for exercise the body, the limbs, and this can serve as the entry of the martial technology. Okay, so this is a fact in 1560s. Do not get into those Tao, Zen, all sort of stuff. In the history of China, those things never happened. It happened only in Hong Kong movie or Hollywoods, okay? So this is what the first sentence General Qi Guang's books wrote, okay? So this is very important. You have to be careful. And then it continues. It said that to study the martial technology, I don't want to use martial art, martial technology, the body has to be alive. The hand or the arm has to be agile, okay, and lively. And then the feet has to be light and agile, so that it be able to go back and forth and handle it properly, okay? And then it said the feet can kick easily, okay, or run with ease, okay? And then here it even say that define what is aggressive mean and so forth, okay? So you can see it is really precise and concise to tell you what's going on and what it is, what is important in practice this martial technology. And as we see here, the body has to be alive, lively, so thus it can never be those type of structure, okay? And lively mean, as Grandmaster Yip Man put it, the rattan body, okay? And I translate it in today's language is the dynamic handling of the seven bowls, okay? So the dynamic handling of the seven bowls, okay, or rattan body, okay. So that is those the stuff is needed, and it has to be that way. There's no mysterious stuff here, okay, or some magic power, okay. So this is what General Qi Guang's books records or written there, okay. Now over here it say that this is about momentum. It said momentum follow momentum, or tendency follow tendency. When it face the enemy or the opponent, it keeping changing, okay? So it is playing with momentum or tendency. It is change within change, okay? That's how one actually defeat the opponent, okay? That's number one here. Now, And it also say, this is very important here, okay, this thing, okay, this number 2 here, okay, it say that in fighting, okay, one has to be fast, and thus is said here, 不招不架，只是一下，换了招架，就有时下。So what does it mean here? Okay, it said that do not waving and do not blocking. Okay, one strike has to take care of it. If one strike cannot take care of it and turn into blocking and waving and so forth, then you need 10 times, 10 strike or 10 move to handle the situations. So in other words, you say that a good martial technology is take care of the whole situation with one strike. That's the idea. If one cannot take care of the situation with one strike and doing all those blocking and the hand techniques, then you need to do 10 times of it. Okay, meaning that you have to have a lot of techniques and everything, and it still only become muddy. Okay, so that is what Qi Ji Guang wrote in this book. Okay, or his Qi Ji Guang's people. Okay, of course he have a team on who is expert in this thing. Okay, so again, in other words, that you dissolve the whole situation with a single strike. Okay, or sometimes a single strike doesn't mean that one strike, but it's a clean hit. Okay, instead of waving, playing with Kyusao or bridge, and then you have all kinds of techniques, and then you might have to end up doing 10 times, but even the 10 times is muddy and it is not clean, and then it is just totally a waste of time. Okay, so that is what it means by that. 不招不架，只是一下. So in Chinese martial art, there's always say that not blocking and not withstand and not playing with all this hand techniques. You just do a clear strike, a very clean hit. Okay, and so that's what it means. And again, when you say not blocking, not withstand, and not playing with all these bridge hands and so forth, it's only one strike. That one strike doesn't mean one. Okay, it means clean. Okay, and if one not be able to do things cleanly, one get into those blocking, Kyusao techniques and whole bunch of stuff, then it is really muddy. Okay, and it's not effective at all. That's what it is. Okay, and then here it say that to win, one need to study a lot, okay, and have a good calculations. Okay, so one must not be narrow. One need to study different stuff, and meaning be broad, and to win or to defeat the opponent, it is calculated. Okay, so that is what the bottom line is. Okay, and he continues on to list down the martial art or martial technology at the time, such as the Song Emperor long fist, the 6-step monkey fist. Okay, and then over here is the short strike. Over here, this is the short strike. This is the short strike. Okay, short strike. So stick body short strike is here. Okay, so he lists out all whatever the style exists over there. Okay, And actually over here he make a remarks here. Okay, he said that this type, the Li Hong type of art, is hard, but it is not as good as the short strike. Okay, so he have his critics here on different style too here. Okay, so that is what is in this this part of the page, and then it continues on to describe to say that the so-called people with fame at his time, 1560. Okay, even though everyone have their strength, but he said that many of them, they know the top, but they do not know the bottom part. Meaning that if you can fight standing, you cannot fight something which is come from the ground, or you can fight something from the ground, you cannot fight something on the top. Okay, so he critic here, he said this type of art is only sure it can defeat the opponent, but it is extreme. Okay, it is not comprehensive. So due to it's not comprehensive, it only be able to do one thing good, and instead of a comprehensive. Okay, so in other words that he is actually, you look at it today's word, he's PDMMA. Okay, he's PDMMA. Okay, so if we talk about MMA today, well, you know, Qi Shi Guang in 1560 already an MMA, if you look at it that way. Okay, because he want things to be comprehensive, so one be able to play different games. Okay, or one's art be able to handle different games, not necessarily that the wrestler has to be the striker, or the striker has to be the wrestler. They need to be able to handle attack or resolve issue from different scenario. Okay, that's what I mean here. Instead of just rely on one strong point of the art. Okay. So over here he said, if one is comprehensive, then one will win. Okay, that's what he said here. Okay, and also it said here that the martial technology, the fist, okay, is the root of the playing with the what do you call it, the sword, the pole, and the weapons. Okay, so he said that the training of the fist, or the martial arts or martial technology, is actually the root of, or the beginning of for the training of the pole or knife or sword or spear. So in other words that when one study martial art, one actually study the fist as the entry. Okay, and also it say here, once one study and a technology, martial technology, one need to test it out. Okay, however, when one tests it, it is not about win or lose. Okay, and one do not feel shame because of one is lose. Okay, and the point is to think how one can defeat the opponent and why one lose to the opponent. Okay, so the point is, why is one can defeat the opponent, or why is one lose the opponent? Find out what it is and learn from it. That is the key for testing the art. Okay, so it's got nothing to do with ego, or I can beat you, you can beat me, I'm the best fighter. No, that is not what General Qi Guang say. General Qi Guang say one need to test the skill, and the key has to be one need to think about it, to investigate. Why is one can defeat the opponent? Why is that one lose to the opponent? And that is how one test the skill and one progress that way, or learn the skill for the real fight. Okay, so that's what Qi Guang said. So you see that a small page like this, there's so many things there. Okay, I just become very brief, and actually, if we can translate this formally, it's better. What I say today is just very brief. Okay, and jumping around English. Okay, so that's what it is. And over here, the last I want to show you, this is the 1700 writing on the stick body sword strike. Okay, and over here we say that is a stick body sword strike. This is 1560, and here this is the writing of 1700. So this one is said that how can stick body short strike defeat the long fist? And the answer is because sticking body short strike is easy to get close or shoot into the body, okay? So this is what it says here, okay? So the question here is how is the sticking body short strike defeat the long fist? And he said that here, the answer is you get close, you shoot in, okay? And using the sticking body short strike is very easy to shoot in to the long fist body, okay? So here it said that when long come, you receive it with a short and following the close in. So that means you receive and close in together. Okay? Now, I want to tell you one thing here. Very often that Chinese sometimes record in the wrong character, and it totally changed the whole meaning of the writing. This word here is easy, simple, yi, okay? So, but the proper words is guan, not yi. Guan meaning follow or penetrate. So the whole sentence, the proper way is the guy who using the long fist to attack you, you receive it with a short strike and follow, penetrating or shoot into his body. Okay? So that's what it is. Okay? So of course, once you shoot in the body, then is going to take down and so forth. Okay? So this is what is written in 1700. And as we know that this short receive, actually in today's physics we know that Short receive meaning that, instead of this long arm here to receive something, which is is not effective and efficient in terms of using strength. One have a short arm here or short bridge here, okay, for receiving, okay, and which is you can this is long, this is short. Short is much more effective and have mechanical advantage, okay. And also I want to call your attention here. The elbow, this elbow has to be close to this core point. That's how one can have a lot of strength, solid strength here, okay. This one, when the elbow is off, this the arm is extended farther away from the core. This is not that effective, okay. Actually, one can test it out. Simply just go pushing a wall or doing something or lifting something with elbow close to the core, the waistline. Elbow close to the waistline, with the arm retract. Okay, compare using this way and the extended arm with the elbow away from the waistline, and see which is more effective and more effortless. And of course, you will find that this is much more effortless because in the real life, when we are picking up something, even when we're lifting something, we use this, okay. So that's what is the short receive is about. And then of course it's going to shoot in to the opponent's body, okay. It's going to shoot in here to control his core, okay. So the idea is that one have a very efficient and effective mechanics here, and one to shoot in and take care of the core, okay, which is, as we in Wing Chun say today, we attack the center line, but actually it's center axis or the axis, vertical axis of center gravity, which is become the target once you get in. And that also fit here is say that once one shoot in, then is a trapping or just trap or you just trip him, take down, okay. So this is what it is. This is what it is, okay, for stick body short strike. So with the 1560 General Qi Ji Guang's writing to 1700, the writing of the short strike, which is describing or explaining the short strike of the Qi Ji Guang time, is this, okay. And you can see that there's no mysterious push hand or chi sao, okay. Push hand and chi sao is for actually testing, experimenting how to handle different type of momentum, strength, techniques, entering, footwork, and so forth. It is not that one practice push hand or chi sao, those kind of stuff, and become expert or voila, someday one turn into some kinds of Superman. And that never exists in the history of China, okay? And it is also not Taoists or Buddhists have this magic. No. This is reality, okay. So this is what I want to leave with you guys, okay, to look into reality. And Wing Chun is that way, okay.